Hello, everyone. Welcome to Boilerfrag Week 2, Day 1. So we will be streaming the Overwatch quarterfinals. We have, I don't know exactly which two teams we have today, but we will be streaming a match between two teams for the quarterfinals of Boilerfrag. They have already finished the first map out of their best of 5, so we will be jumping in on map 2.
I believe here we have Team Paraiso and I forget the name of the other one, but yeah, we just looks like wrapped up Elios here. I don't know what team won, but we're going to be jumping in the second map here shortly.
Just waiting in lobby to see what the next map pick is. Let's see, when we can get in lobby, we will see what teams we are looking at here.
Do you think we're going to be seeing a lot of Orisa meta today, or do you think teams are going to mix it up, get a couple different options going in?
Well, theoretically, Orisa should be the best right now. But also, we're here to have fun.
That's true.
My guess is we're going to see a lot of silly strategies today.
See some teams pull out the funny Roadhog.
Yeah,
Maybe,
we might see the occasional Roadhog or who
maybe
knows,
some
maybe
new Sombra. She's really broken, I hear.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what kind of chaos we can get coming up today. Let's see. I'm just waiting on the next map pick. Trying to see if I can see what map they're going to. It looks like they might be going to Clash. They might be going to Throne of Anubis.
Yeah, Throne of Anubis is being hovered right now, just after we had the conversation of how not good that map is. That is a little unfortunate for the teams.
So the first map they played was Ilios. I believe it was a 2-0 for one of the teams. The question is which. We are jumping in a little late to this match, but we made it.
Interesting to go from Control right to Clash. Not even doing any hybrid or escort, just going back to another very similar type of map.
Let's go and switch to the game scene so we can talk about the players really quick. Yeah. There we go. Alright. So let's see. On Paraiso Patrol, we have Galaxy Glitch, Femboy, Otakwar, also known as Royal Blue, Navest, and LTW. And then on Nepal Nomads, we got Blaze, Calamite, also known as Drake, and Mainkermain, Abs, and is that LOL? Lol? I'm assuming it's lol. I know a couple of these players, so Blaze and Calamite, Drake, were both on the varsity team this year for at least a little bit. Blaze is the varsity flex DPS. I have no idea what role he's playing here, though. And Calamite was, at one point, the varsity main support. And I believe he left due to time constraints. On the other side, Paraiso Patrol, we have Navest, Royal, and LTW. I recognize all those names. Those are players across different teams within the Overwatch club. The other names are all new to me. So, Mainkerman I also recognize. Abs is, I believe, a Valorant player.
He is. I do know that.
So
that
we shall see how the
interesting.
Valorant skills carry over.
Oh, it actually looks like we're going to Eichenwald. Just switched. So let us see. Looks like they are readying up here for the second map. I saw a bunch of R's in chat. It is going to be Eichenwald, so we're going to hybrid.
Alright, let's see what kind of comps we get here. It's time for some potential chaos. believe Paraiso Patrol won the first map. So we can see our score slide back in there.
So if Paraiso wins, that is game. They're on the appointment.
Yeah. Well, it's best of 5 actually.
Oh, we're doing best of 5.
We're doing best of 5s for these. Best of 5 and loser pick. So we shall see how this goes. We'll see if this map is gonna, or if this match is gonna be even. I believe this is the. I don't know exactly what seedings these are, but these are the two of the middle teams. So these teams should be fairly close in seeding, at least theoretically.
Amara coming out on Icon Wall here. Got a little race action here from Nepal. But full Junker Queen rush with the soldier. That was very interesting comp, but they just pick a target and run it down.
Otaku on the Reaper. I know I was on a team with him for a while and played Reaper. Had some funny plays, but they always seem to work out, so.
The rush comps are always good if teams don't know how to counter them. Just in point that something off that going to work.
Gunboy gets the pick onto Blaze. Blaze is playing support on this. So Blaze and Calamy have swapped roles, it appears.
Having a little bit of fun here. Although I will say Kiriko is more so not exactly uncommon to see really going over here.
The Nomads over there have gotten a pick. But Paraiso Patrol just keeping it even. Oh, good spear. The beat comes out way early.
That is a very, very early beat.
It was very fast too, though.
Yeah, that went that fire right there was built very early. It must have hit.
Let's see, what else do we have coming up? We have a Soldier ult, Visor coming from Paraiso Patrol. I also see is that a Reaper ult that looks close and a Queen ult that might be close.
Queen can get her ult here up online. She can easily counter both this Kiriko and Juno ult that come out here if Zuzu misses.
Now, Nepal Nomads has every single ult available to them. Oh, but Royal with the big Blossom.
Wow. Just couldn't do it in time. Kiriko ult is gone, and that will be that fight.
Okay, they baited out the barrage.
Yeah, interesting far ult there. We might be seeing a swap, though, come out. That might
Yeah,
have been an ult and swap.
The question marks in chat from Neves, that is, I think, valid.
Yep, switching over to the Venture here. Probably a little bit better choice against the comp that Paraiso's running.
Yeah, get a bit more of the Brawly in there. Juno ult comes out. Visor come out from the other side to mirror. There's Blizzard.
There is
Queen ult. We're using everything here.
Board. Only one kill so far after all of those ults.
There's the Kitsune Rush.
I think it's...
Couple people low on Nomads. Only Royal is left, though.
If you're Paraiso, though, you are kind of happy you got out that Kiriko ult there. It almost didn't seem necessary at the end. So that's a good trade if you're Paraiso. You got a lot of time off the clock, and you are heading into the next phase of the map here.
We see Paraiso swapped to a Zarya.
I don't think we're playing the competitive rule set either, by the way. I think we're just playing on the quick play rule set.
That might be true.
Because I don't see the scores in the top. Alright, I think we're going
This
quick play
might
on this
be a
one.
problem.
Maybe.
But they will get to that problem when they finish the map. Calamy gets a pick on the Widow. We saw swap to the Widow from Calamy, and we also saw Paraiso Patrol swap to the Zarya. Maybe an attempt to counter the Orisa a bit more?
Yeah, the Zarya swap is a bit interesting, actually. I don't know. I guess the bubbles are for your Reaper here, so you can go in, but...
Royal with the Blossom. He gets 2. And he dies.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit too late there on the Blossom. I also don't know about the Zarya pick. It is going to enable your Reaper, but against this team comp, especially going up against the Widow now, I don't know how effective this Zarya is going to be for the team.
You got the Soldier on high ground, it appears. They're shooting up at him.
Taking the high ground here. Reaper's about to rejoin the fight, so we are pretty much back at a 5v5 here. We're going to try and stall it out.
Really early beat. They're going with an aggressive beat.
But the Reaper dies before he can get the effects of the beat there. So, yeah, backing up here might just be good for Nepal.
Yeah, Paraiso wins the fight off that beat, although Neves may have gone a little too far.
A little bit 2 split on the retreat there from Nepal allows Paraiso to pretty much just roll that fight over with the beat. They still have Kyriel and they have their Zarya and Soldier ults coming up here. But Nepal has a lot of ults online. They're about to have all 5 again, so they could just throw stuff at the board to see what sticks here.
Paraiso on the other side they're building close to the Grav. Looks like they're close to the Visor as well, and then they have the Kitsune Rush.
Weaver got a little bit of lucky there with those walls up. He could have been taken out pretty quick, but he does survive and get back to his team. The bubble's there too for him.
The Blizzard comes out. The Juno ult comes out as well. That should be a pretty easy fight win for Nepal.
Yeah, there's the fight win, but it did cost them 3 ults.
4, actually. They used a Widow ult as well.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. And only 1 ult responded from Paraiso. You got to be feeling good about that fight. You made them spend 4 of their ults, and Kyriel isn't going to be as impactful here because of the ults you have stacked up on your side from Paraiso.
So on the Paraiso side, we see a Grav and a Visor being able to come out next fight, and Royal is building up to that Blossom again.
They can get Blossom online pretty quickly. You can combo the Zarya and the Reaper ult. We'll have to see here, though.
They might be trying to save that Visor, the Reaper ult and Zarya ult for the next fight, though.
Zarya just barely living there, almost got caught, but the Visor puts in the work, and that is going to be the fight win.
And then Royal just cleaning up after the end.
Yeah, the Widow pick here is pretty interesting. He has been getting some kills. I think it's going to be a lot harder to execute now where the payload is. There's a lot of places to hide, and Widow has to stand more out in the open if she wants those direct line of sight angles, but we'll have to see here.
Oh, and he swaps to the Cass, as we were talking about it. The Cass is probably a much better choice against the Reaper.
Yeah, it's much better pick.
The Mei going to try and contest the Reaper on the high ground. And looks like she failed. Oh, no, he pushed her out.
Yeah, forced bubble and teleport out of the Reaper here as well as his Wraith form. So, gonna have to back up to not.
Looks like they're going through castle. There's the grab out. It's a good grab, but the wall saves them, and then the Reaper Blossom comes around the side, and that looks like it might be it for this fight.
Looks like it's going to wrap it up there. The wall was good, but you just could not stop the Blossom from coming out there.
Neves tried to get the kill.
I think he wanted the boop credit there on Fakiri.
And he failed.
At least he'll be back here, and he'll definitely have his beat for the next fight. Beat will probably be used here to potentially counter the Blizzard if enough people get caught in it.
Looks like we're going through Castle again. Another early pick onto the Cassidy, though.
You might want to back up here if you're in Nepal. Get one full fight instead of staggering yourselves out.
Yeah, especially since we only have 50 seconds.
Yeah, that looks like exactly what they're going to do. Lucio is going to have his beat here, but the Blizzard is online, and you're going to have a Risa ult after this next fight queues up. The good thing for Nepal, though, if the fight goes long enough and they can sustain, they will have their support ults up online if they can weather the support ults coming out from Paraiso.
Kitsune Rush comes out.
Another great wall off the Mei.
Yeah, the main command has been doing pretty good with the walls here, keeping his team safe.
Ooh. All right, the trades on the DPS. It's 1 for 1. It's even again.
Your Risalt comes out. The beat doesn't save.
Doesn't hit him. Just like that, as long as Nepal can touch here and keep the payload going, I think they actually might have this. Both support ults are online. Everything but the Orisa is online for Nepal. They should be able to weather this storm.
The Orisa almost goes off, though.
Ooh, I actually don't like that satellite vector. If they did it towards the payload, it would have helped them more.
The Orisa left the cart. She needs to go back. Okay, they still have 4 on cart. They're still good.
Yeah, and they still have this High Noon and Blizzard if they need it.
Kiri
almost goes off
TP'd
the
out.
side.
Alright, and they capture the point. Oh,
ooh, Reaper gets on.
The Reaper Blossom.
Time. I don't think it's going to do all that much, though. Yeah,
it might have stalled just long enough. No, doesn't look like it.
Yeah, even though the cash goes down here, this should be the cap, provided something catastrophic happens here.
Yep,
yeah,
there we go.
Going to be the cap. Yeah, the ults from Nepal there just too overwhelming to be able to counter there. They just had more tools in their bank than Paraiso did for that fight.
Looking towards this next fight, we have a Grav and a Visor coming on.
They did notice they're not on the competitive rule set officially. Let's see what happens here, whether they're just going to reset and get back down to the current timer on the competitive rule set, or if they're just going to play this out, see where it goes, and go from there. We will have to find out.
Initiating match. Initiating match. Ready for battle. No.
You better keep up. This isn't.
All right, we are back, and they have realized their mistake and switched to the competitive rule set. So we are going to start this map from the beginning, but this time with an actual competitive rule set on.
Yeah,
But-
let's see if it goes the same here. They're locking in the same team comps they actually started with. The only difference is Paraiso is actually running the Junkrat now. And Nepal actually is on Ashe. That's probably a better pick than the Pharah here for this first point. Especially against the team you're going up against. That fire damage is going to be doing a lot.
Yeah, I kind of like the Junkrat on the first point defense a bit better than the Reaper. The
Yeah,
Junkrat
a lot
will
of-
do more spam damage on this choke.
Yeah, a lot of spam damage coming out of the choke. Another really good Mei wall. This Mei has been really protecting your team and splitting people off with those walls. It looks like the team's just kind of trusting their DPS here to find that first opening pick before they really hit the go button.
A good spear from Abs over there.
Oh, and there is the pick. Neves goes down, and that is going to be the go button for the Orisa comp.
The Orisa is getting low though. The Orisa's going down.
Oh.
That's
Maybe a
two good
little
picks
bit
for
of
Paraiso.
overcommit, or maybe the Orisa went just a little bit fast there, but at the end of the day, that is the Soldier picking up 3 kills on the fight before he goes down.
My ultimate is almost ready. I've got you.
And since it is... Yeah, the attack can move up here just because both DPS ended up going down there. They are going to get this space for free. So we'll have to see if the Junkrat can put in enough work to hold them back here.
The
That is
Orisa
gonna be
going
the
low.
Queen just getting 2 in the fight already.
And it looks like Paraiso Patrol is gonna hold.
That Queen knife there went really big. And that was just the go button push for Paraiso, and they rolled them over there.
Let's see, what else do we have coming up for Nepal to be able to try and take this point? We have a Bob coming up. It looks like the Blizzard is getting really close as well.
And Juno. Juno will be online pretty quick. Same with Kiri. They do have to weather the storm of the Tire, Visor, Queen Ult, and Kiriko coming out here, but that is just going to have to be a reset from Nepal.
Yep,
Big
we're gonna
source
go
of healing
back.
is down.
Gonna go back and take the next fight. We got 2 minutes left in the round.
That is going to be, though, Lucio ult is going to be getting ever closer because of that pick. Allowed to just spam out a little bit more.
An early Kitsune from Paraiso Patrol and a Juno ult to counter that.
I
The
actually
Blizzard comes
think-
out.
I think the Kiri ult got stopped by the wall. I
It
think that's
did.
cut short.
That was a big wall from Main Cremade.
There's Bob in. Who knows how much
The
Bob's
Ju-
gonna be able to
The Orisa ult
do there.
pulled back the Queen to prevent it from going very far.
Yeah,
So she
the-
didn't actually counter.
The Queen does get those 2 picks there, but the Orisa ult, as you said, did stop the Queen ult from hitting both of those players in the back there. Orisa will go down here. Adventure's going to come out once again. It looks
And
like Hanzo.
Yeah.
Hanzo's going to be coming in as well. Interesting pick.
I don't know if I like the Hanzo as much as the Junkrat.
Yeah, I think the Junkrat works a little bit better. Hanzo's not going to be getting as much value, especially with those shots onto the Orisa because of Fortify.
Now, if he can get a headshot, that might just open the map, or it might just end the map
Yeah.
right away. Main Command getting low, has to use the
Might
block.
die here. Oh, Orisa
Abs
just
gets a
going
pick.
in.
Neves uses the beat to counter, and they get 2 picks going back.
2-for-1 trade. If the Queen can stay alive here, we're going to be good. And that it looks like it is going to be the fight cleaned up there. The Visor there just putting in way too much work to be stopped.
There's only 40 seconds left in the round. Team kill for Paraiso Patrol.
It does
This-
look like the Hanzo swap is back to the Reaper there. Hanzo again, playing with a rush comp, Hanzo's just going to be really hard to execute. You're going to be very separated from your team.
This map is going very differently now that we have a competitive rule set on. Clearly, the extra minute was what helped Nepal Nomads, apparently.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
The Reaper has to fade out.
Switch might be a little bit too
The Reaper has no fade. He might get picked here.
Oh, the cleanse
Nope,
on the
still
Kiri,
gets
though,
saved.
goes really big.
There goes the Reaper.
Does eventually go down, but you do end up getting the pick, though, onto the Juno, so that's a lot of healing
The May
gone.
fell off the map, too.
Oh, May goes off the map there. It is almost even trades there right at the end, but the Lucio's not going to be able to touch, and that will be the point.
First round going the way of Paraiso Patrol.
And Paraiso here only has to get 33%. 0% gained from Nepal here on the point.
So at the worst, they could just tie.
Yeah, at the worst here, you can tie. And that is probably going to be what Nepal's looking to do. They're going to have a heavy, probably, bunker and sustain setup going in here to try and hold this point.
We'll see what comps are coming out here. I liked the way that Mainkermain was walling his team and keeping them safe when they tried to engage. But it seems to have not been enough.
Yeah, I almost think they're part of it too. The Ashe was very, very good, and I think you could have stuck on the Ashe. They just didn't have the picks that the DPS of Paraiso were getting.
Nepal Nomads look like they're almost mirroring what Paraiso Patrol was doing, and Paraiso switching to a much faster version of their previous comp with the Genji.
Yeah, we'll see if the Genji and the Widow actually come out here. Widow's probably just going to take the opening shot up over the building, see if she can catch anyone for the team there. It does look like we're actually going to be swapping off the May for Nepal in favor for Soldier and Reaper. I actually almost like the May here better on defense, the more sustained for you and for the walls.
Otaku saying hi to chat.
Alrighty, let's see here. Widow's probably going for the shot. Let's see if she catches anyone. Does get a shot off. No kill, but does damage.
Looks like Femboy is going to be staying on the Widow too.
Not a bad pick here.
The
since
Queen
only
going in.
33%. One pick can change everything.
Calamy gets a good pick on the Reaper, gets a good pick on the Widow.
How
So that's
does the
some
Reaper
good
find
damage
the Widow
gone.
there without being seen? That's crazy. That's a great pick. But the Kiri
Drake
goes down.
Drake must have been way in the back line.
Both Kiris are down though, so it's even. This actually does favor the Orisa comp a lot. They do have more healing with that Juno. And she is already 60% to her ult, but the Orisa falls, and that is probably going to end up being the match
Yep.
there. Yep.
That looks like it's
forced
it.
into the small room.
And
that will
Paraiso
be
Patrol will take the
map.
second map.
Yeah, it is now 2-0. Paraiso Patrol are on game point with that rush comp coming out here on Eichenwald.
Play of the game.
Junker Queen getting play of the game here. Let's see what it is.
Alright, we're going to look at what the next map that they pick is. So if we look at the maps that we had before, obviously the logos are all going to be the same, but Paraiso Patrol won the first two maps. We can see that with the slightly gold coloring on those. The next map, we are still waiting to see what they pick.
What do you think Nepal Nomads are actually going to go to here? Since obviously we didn't get to see Ilios, but they do look to be favoring that Orisa, Juno, and Kiri comp, not Brig, but more of a slower, more controlled style of play. So what map and mode do you think they are going to go to try and lean towards that?
Well, let's see. Anything, so like Clash of Flashpoint would probably require a bit faster, is part of the problem. But they would also be potentially the most comebackable maps, I guess. So you might be able to start a reverse sweep if you go there. So that is one potential option. I would also say maybe a push map would be a good choice here. Specifically, I mean, if we're looking, both teams want to kind of play the brawl comps, so Colosseo might be the best push map for that.
Colosseo might be real good. Runasapi on push might not be a bad choice either with all the different high grounds you can take on that map specifically. Looking at potentially with even just Escort, something like a Dorado or maybe a Havana might benefit their comp too to kind of get some distance and height on the Junker Queen rush. And Clash and Flash, like you said, I agree, might be a little bit of a gamble. I think the only probably Flashpoint map that might benefit them a little bit would be, and the name is blanking me, it is the one that is set in India, if I'm not.
Suravasa.
Yeah, Suravasa might be a decent map for them, but I definitely think staying away from Clash Flash is probably going to be a good idea for this comp.
Yeah, Suravasa definitely would be. I could see Suravasa and New Junk City being good maps for either of these teams, honestly.
Yeah, New Junk City is always fun to see. The variants on those different flashpoints for that game mode are crazy and offer a lot of different things for different comps. So that would be a good one to see, but I think steering away from probably Clash is a good idea. Both of those Clash maps, Hanaoka and Throne of Anubis, definitely lean towards that more brawly rush style, especially if you're not going to be playing the Brig in the backline. You don't really have a lot to stop that rush from coming at you.
Yeah, and they especially favor the very fast rush. So that's where we want to see the Paraiso Patrol team likes to play relatively fast, whereas Nepal Nomads seems to be playing a bit slower of a style of rush, with the Mei and the Reaper to try and hold, or the Mei and the Ashe and like the hit scan to try and hold a bit slower. Paraiso Patrol would definitely want to take advantage of any kind of fast maps that could be picked. So Paraiso Patrol would love to see one of the Flashpoint or Clash maps come out here maybe. They would also probably like to see, I don't know, maybe even they would probably even be okay with like Coliseo or anything. And
Yeah,
it looks
Push
like
works very well for Brawl.
Coliseo looks like it might be our next map here.
Ooh, Coliseo being hovered, it's always a good map, especially with that glass being gone in the middle now. It definitely helps a lot of team comps. I do think looking at Nepal, even for the team comp they were running previously, I think everything's really good. I would maybe switch the Kiri out for a Brig, run that more meta comp. It is just going to help you with sustain, especially against Rush if they're getting in your face. Brig provides a lot of healing for your team.
Initiating match.
We will have to see what their teams lock in here, as our third map is confirmed to be Coliseo. A great thing, though, for Nepal is if they can get to that checkpoint and take control of that high ground bridge, especially on attacking or defending on either side of this map, it is going to benefit them because the Rush does have a hard time taking that high ground away.
Let's see what comps we're going to come out here.
Ready for battle.
Looks like currently hovering spawn. I don't think we're going to see the Widow coming out here. I think this is
You
just
check
having
out the
fun
new
with spawn
ant
from
layout
Nepal.
one?
But we are going to be seeing
Yeah.
Ana. Ana is
So?
pretty decent on this map because of the long sight lines, but I think against this Rush comp, if they can get in her face very fast, it is going to be extremely difficult for her to be able to consistently hit those abilities.
Yeah, and the anti-nades are just going to get cancelled by the Kiri cleanse as well.
Yeah.
Looks like we are going to see the Widows come out early. Maybe seeing if we can get any picks on the long range of the first area there. The Sojourn also on Paraiso Patrol. I like the Sojourn pick.
Sojourn is always a fun pick to see. She has fallen out of favor a little bit due to Cassidy getting changed.
Calamy gets an immediate pick
That's
onto their Widow.
That is the immediate pick on the opposite Widow. Now you gotta be a little worried if you're Paraiso. You are down your Widow, and their Widow has free sight lines. The only one that can be the challenge is that Sojourn, but it does look like it's going to be the swap onto the Genji. Interesting.
Sojourn is doing some damage.
This Genji, though, does have to be a little worried about this Cassidy with that grenade.
Huge knife pulling the Rissa in.
The anti, though, again, just not doing enough work. It just cleansed on that Queen, and there's the Orisa going to be down.
Yeah, the anti there. Anti still did some damage there, but yeah, the anti's
going
not
in. Let's see if he
enough.
gets anything.
We got Frogger here.
Frogger going in.
Oh,
big
the
sleep.
Juno. There we go.
Oh, if the team didn't wake her up, the Juno probably lives there. That is just unfortunate. Yeah, I think this is going to be increasingly hard to play Ana here. You have Queen, Genji, and Lucio. They're all going to be diving right on top of you. There's the Orisa down again.
Yeah, the Ana looks like it might not even just be doing enough healing.
Yeah, just not
The
enough
Kiri might be
sustain.
doing more healing.
Yeah, the Cleanse is putting in a lot of work on top of just having Lucio to heal up the group. They are going for a lot of raw healing. They don't have a lot of utility on their supports currently, and they have been staggering themselves out of spawn a little bit. They just need to regroup here and stop this payload if they can before it hits that checkpoint. It is
Queen hits the
contested
knife.
right before the cap, but it does not look like it is.
Sojourn takes the high ground to try and get some good vantage point. And it
Kyriel
looks like
just does
Paraiso
too
Patrol is
much.
going to take the point.
Yeah, Kyriel was just too much there for them to handle, and we are going to enter the butt scratch mode on the checkpoint here. So we will have to see if they continue to play. Oh, looks like we got to swap off onto the Tracer for Nepal Nomads. I do like that swap. It is going to sow a little bit of discourse, but we'll have to see how it actually goes.
Paraiso, Nepal Nomads pushing up. Mankraman gets the pick onto the Genji.
Wow. That was fast. We do have both support alts for Nepal, so if they can place this Juno alt well, we could be seeing this very...
Ursa ult comes out. She's nanoed as well. She's going to get 2 picks, 3 picks.
That is a very good nano onto the Orisa. That won in the fight very cleanly. And you're going to have this Juno ult for this long straightaway at the middle of Paraiso, at the middle of Caliseo here, rather. So Paraiso is going to have maybe a hard time contesting this, but you do have the Beat Blade for the Genji if you wanted to challenge this Juno ult.
Full respawn is taken away from Paraiso Patrol. Calamite does go down, though, early.
Wrong place, wrong time, unfortunately. Just got blown up at point blank range.
We see the Dragon Blades coming in. Gets 1, gets 2. Does damage to the other 2, and the Sojourn finishes them off.
Did not even need the beat for that one. Probably the right call from the Juno there to hold that that ult there, just to make sure you can fight this one with 5. And although here it is going to be increasingly hard to use, especially since we're going to see both the Queen and the Sojourn ult likely come out this way.
Paraiso Patrol does have the B if they need to counter any ults, though. There it is. The counters. Okay. The Queen ult comes out and goes in.
Yeah,
Juno goes down.
and unfortunately this Queen ult is just going to get a lot of value every time that Paraiso has it, because there's no Kiriko on the side of Nepal. So whoever gets antied by that Queen ult is just likely going to die.
And Paraiso Patrol gets the last 2 picks that they need to finish the fight and keep pushing the bot forward.
And if you're Paraiso here, what's going to stop you? You're going to be able to keep pushing because you have this Sojourn ult. As soon as she gets back, as long as you can stall this out long enough, they can keep this pushing for a long time, because Tracer ult, unless she lands the stick, really isn't all that impactful.
And the Tracer goes down early again.
His ult got canceled. The Reaper killed it mid-throw.
The Kitsune Rush comes out.
There's
the Sojourn ult.
This is probably
Down
going
goes
to be GG.
down goes the Ana, down goes the Orisa, down goes the Soldier. That looks like it's going to be the map here. Yep, that's it. There's only 1 person left.
Just the
Juno in a vain attempt to try and stall does nothing.
Paraiso with the clean 3-0 sweep here. Definitely a good map for them. They got rolling very quickly.
Play of the game.
See the play of the game for the Genji. Yes, it could deflect. Let me see. Paraiso Patrol gets the win.
Yeah, they played it very well, and for Nepal, you had a lot of good pieces there. Your DPS really were putting in the work. Those May balls were insane on Eichenwald. I think at the end of the day, a lot of it came down to ult cycling was normally just better for Paraiso, and honestly, the supports were usually just better in combination for Paraiso as well. I think maybe switching to the Brig on Eichenwald may have helped a little bit, and honestly, the Ana wasn't putting in very much work there on Caliseo. Just not having the cleanse for the Queen ult really just started the snowball.
Yeah, I think even though their hero picks might not have worked out in the end, main Cremain on Nepal Nomads you could tell there was lots of times where the Mei was working out really well. So shout out to main Cremain for the walls being very good there, actually protecting his team. We also saw Abs was on the Nepal Nomads, right? Abs
Yeah.
was also doing pretty good on the Orisa for being not an Overwatch player, doing pretty good on the tank there.
Yeah.
Actually being able to push and get some good picks and some good damage out.
Yeah, the spears coming out from the Orisa on Nepal were really good. They might not have been canceling ults, but they were very good at isolating members of the team in combination with those Mei walls. They isolated the Queen of Paraiso a lot, and they were able to usually get a couple picks, or if not, just force out a lot of resources, including the cleanse from the Kiri of Paraiso every time those abilities would land.
Yep. I believe that will be all the Overwatch matches we have for today. I believe we might actually be hopping into another match. I don't know which teams we're going to be hopping into, but another one of our quarterfinals matches for Boilerfrag 2024. Let's see. Do we have team names for this match?
Looks like it is Busan against Watchpoint Warriors.
Nice. These team names are all very creative.
We love the Overwatch maps here. Hold on. They might have to switch you, I think.
Oh, looks like they're watching us. They can see themselves now. We also have the varsity room of our Alienware Purdue Gaming Lounge.
Your eyes smile. Oh, how I wish that you could be here now in this life. We are together, and I still hope that you'll be mine forever. Even though you're far away, I still know we need to be. We are together.
All right, so we are done with Overwatch at the APGL for today. We have our semifinals will be on the twitch.tv/Purdue_GG tomorrow. Those will be hosted at the Boiler Game Mine. We will see Paraiso Patrol along with the other 3 teams who will be in the semifinals. We also have currently going on at the Boiler Game Mine on the same Twitch channel, Purdue_GG, will be the other quarterfinal match between it was Watchpoint Warriors and Busan something. I do not remember what the Busan team name was. But we have the other quarterfinal match going on over there if you want to go check that out. When we come back, we will be starting CS quarterfinals, and that'll be in about an hour probably. Thank you for watching.